Day 806 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 2309, greatest English letter in uppercase and lowercase. The difficulty level is easy, but don't worry because you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Given a string of English letters S, return the greatest English letter which occurs as both a lowercase and uppercase letter in S. The return letter should be in uppercase. If no such letter exists, return an empty string. An English letter B is greater than another letter A if B appears after A in the English alphabet. All right, y'all, so that may seem a little bit confusing at first, so let's go ahead and take a look at the examples just to make sure that we're doing this problem correctly. So, in example 1, we have our input S equals a string LeetCode. As you can see, we have a capital E here and a lowercase e here and a capital E here. The output is a capital E. It says the return letter should be in uppercase. Boom. Then it says, the explanation says the letter E is the only letter to appear in both lowercase and uppercase. So in this case, in this string LeetCode, there's only one letter that appears both lowercase and uppercase, and that is E, so we return E as an uppercase. Now, just in case that didn't make sense, y'all, let's take a look at example 2. So in example 2, we have a string S equals, our input S equals a string A lowercase r, capital A, Z, capital F, I, F. The output is R. Explanation says the letter R is the greatest letter to appear in both lowercase and uppercase. It says, note that A and F also appear in both lowercase and uppercase, but R is greater than F or A. So boom, let's come up here to see what makes it greater. It says an English letter B is greater than another letter A if B appears after A in the English alphabet. So in this case, we have R appears twice, R appears lowercase and lowercase, R appears lowercase and uppercase, A appears lowercase and uppercase, and F appears lowercase and uppercase. Since R is the furthest down the alphabet, that's why we return R, because that makes it greater than the rest. Now, just in case that didn't make sense, let's take a look at example 3, where our input S equals a string A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. The output is a blank string. It says there is no letter that appears in both lowercase and uppercase. So in this string right here, we don't have any letter that appears in both lowercase or uppercase, so we return a blank string instead. And now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. The solution is not that difficult at all. Now, first thing we need to do is we need to store the uppercase version of every lowercase letter encountered. So we'll create a set, we'll declare a variable called lowercase colon is going to be a set of strings, and we'll initialize it with a blank array. Boom. Then we'll do the same thing for uppercase. So we'll declare a variable called uppercase. Once again, colon, set of strings, initialize it with a blank array again. Boom. Okay, now we're going to iterate through each character in the string by saying s dot for each. We're going to open up the brackets, and if the character is lowercase, we're going to convert it to uppercase before storing it. Otherwise, so we're going to store the uppercase character as is. By converting lowercase letters to uppercase, both sets use the same representation, making it easy to find letters that appear in both cases. So we're going to come right here, and we're going to say $0 dot is lower case. Boom. Then we're going to say question mark. We could come under it. We could say lowercase dot insert, open up the parentheses string, open up parentheses $0, come outside those first parentheses, and we're going to say dot uppercase. Sorry, y'all. This should be a lowercase c. Boom. Then we're going to come underneath this, we could say colon, and we are going to say uppercase dot insert, open up the parentheses, string, open up some more parentheses, $0, and that's it right there. Boom. So, let's close the parentheses as well. Boom. Now we need to find the letters that exist in both sets, meaning they appear as both lowercase and uppercase. Then we're going to sort them alphabetically and return the last one or the largest one. If no such letter exists, we'll just return an empty string. So we'll come right here and we'll say return lowercase dot intersection, open up the parentheses, uppercase, boom, come outside of that, dot sorted, put a parentheses, dot last, question mark, blank string. Boom, y'all. So let's give this a run. Let's see, it's accepted, so let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. Look at that, y'all. 34 milliseconds beats 20% of users. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see, y'all. So, with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.